Welcome to Daddy's Money Garage. It's been a long time since we uploaded a video, and before we get into the topic of today's video, I feel like I owe everyone watching a bit of an explanation. There's this thing called life, and it kind of gets in the way of making YouTube videos. I got married. When you get married, everything fun just gets sucked away from everything. Isn't that right, Sabrina?
I'm not responding to you.
Also, Sabrina and I's wedding was attended by some people you might already know. That being Travis from Travis's Mopar Garage and Mopar Al. They both came from hours away to come to my wedding. It was awesome. We had a blast. The bad part is I got married, but you know, whatever. Please don't look at me like that. I love you.
You can sleep on the floor tonight.
I'm comfortable on the floor. On top of some of our YouTube friends showing up to my wedding, John, Nick, and Troy were groomsmen. I'll put in a picture of them here where they're all like in nice suits and everything. I moved, so I'm no longer in Nashville, thank God, because it is a cesspit of hell, and I don't recommend it to anybody. I grew up there, and I wanted to get out. Also, this thing called winter happened, and it got really cold, and we don't have a garage. The only garage that we have is in the name of this channel. However, we have good friends, and I want to give a very, very heartfelt thank you to two people that made today's video even possible. First one being Technician Troy, letting us use his shop, letting us use his tool, letting us use his expertise, doing a lot of the work. Also wanted to give a shout out to Nick the Van Man 90, who also gave some of his expertise while completing today's video, as well as some parts to my brother to help him get this engine together. I want to give one more extra thank you to everyone watching this video right now who's been patient and is still stuck around, and even if this is the first video from our channel that you've ever watched, thank you for watching. This is a pretty much feature-length thing from beginning to end. It's took about a month to get all this together, but we finally got it done. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this this drudgery we went through for the past month. And I'll see you again at the end. You remember us? I barely remember who I am half the time. John, do you remember who you are?
I tried to forget most of it.
Me too. It's been about 6 months or so now, and we have had no video uploads. In a minute, you will see that we have not been resting on our laurels, because Jason, my brother, who's building the Nova, has accumulated all of this.
It's a lot of car parts.
It's a lot of shit. The engine has been caught up in machine shop hell, like 3 or 4 months, right?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Within that time, he accumulated some of this stuff, and then about a month and a half ago, he bought the majority of this stuff. And when we got the engine back from the machine shop, we learned a few things. This engine came out of a boat, and we found a picture of the boat that it came out of. I'll put it in here for just a second. Just right here. It's showing right now, and the engine is in the back of that boat. It being in a boat presented some pretty unique wear, and some repairs needed to be made. Because the engine was reverse rotation, it had basically cut a groove, like a perfectly circular groove, into the cam face, and Shacklet Auto Machine had to just mill it flat, and we have to use a special timing set and a special washer to take up the gap that is now there to keep the cam and crank pulleys in line. I'll show you that in a second when we get to showing off this jewelry and just pile of stuff that he's gotten. So when the engine was in the garage and we pulled it out, it looked like it had just been through the machine shop. And it had, but it had some questionable work done to it. The cylinders were honed, but they still had marks in them. We figured out that it was already bored 30 over, and it had to be taken to 40 over to get all the marks out and make sure that it wouldn't burn oil or anything. I sound like crap. I've been sick for a week. The crankshaft, it had already actually been machined, and the crankshaft was bent 3 degrees. It was bent 3 degrees. Yeah. And considering that the block had just had a line hone done and that the journals had been milled, they determined at the machine shop that the reason that this thing had come out of the boat was that it had spun a main bearing. Which that makes sense, because boats are running at high RPM all the time, and just that kind of wear, you know, is to be expected. But all of that has been fixed, and now we have a perfectly machined, ready to assemble 454. We got it back. We had no parts to put in it. That's changed quite a bit. Before we get into the parts, these heads, they just had to be milled clean, and there was one bent exhaust valve. The heads were just fine. So it's got new valve springs to handle the cam that Nick the Van Man 90 has donated to him.
Oh, he picked it out.
Yeah, he picked it out. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. One new exhaust valve. The other ones are fine. They got a 5-angle valve job. They're good to go. I don't know where to start with this here. So, I don't know. Here's the pistons that we've gone with. They are cast Hyper-Eutectic Speed Pro 40 over pistons, and while it was in the shop, we had the rods resized and fitted with ARP hardware. Cool. So now those won't come apart, hopefully. And just a set of standard sealed power rings, nothing crazy. Don't expect it to get nitrous or anything, so standard set of rings is just fine. Full gasket set. We threw the ARP hardware catalog at it, so every single bolt down from the intake bolts to the oil pan are ARP. That's kind of nice because we had no hardware for this thing at all.
No.
But that box right there contains every single bolt that we didn't have, and it was like $120. Fuck going to Ace Hardware, just order the ARP kit. This is the timing set that has to be used because of the damage that's been done to the block. It's got a roller bearing in the back. You see that? It faces the engine, and that lets it spin independently. And what this does is it does not allow the cam gear to make contact with the cam face, and it will never let that wear happen again. And this little, I don't even know what you would call this thing. It looks like a wheel seal. It's like a spacer, essentially.
Okay.
That takes up the gap that was machined out of the front of the engine. I think that's really the only oddball kind of stuff that's going into this. I mean, you know, you got like different size bearings and shit, but I mean, it's bearings. They're fine. They're King bearings. They're good. Set of rocker arms. The odd thing is that the rocker arms were definitely on the heads when we took them to Shacklett's, and they came back without the...
They somehow magically disappeared. I don't know what happened.
They're gone, but it's okay. The rocker arms are cheap enough. Back here, Edelbrock intake manifold. That is a dual plane 4-barrel intake manifold. We found the oil pan up in the garage and painted it up and made it look pretty. Since this car is gonna go on the drag strip at least a few times, want to make sure that it's legal and safe. We have SFI approved parts. We got an SFI approved harmonic balancer up here and an SFI rated flex plate. 4-barrel Holley carburetor, 4160. Vacuum secondary, nothing too fancy, but nice little 4-barrel. And we got the pulleys for the water pump and the crank, and then nice little dress-up kit. I really like that air cleaner.
I love it.
That's pretty bitchin', I think. The chrome is what really makes it a fast car. In here we've got a set of lifters that Nick donated too, that came with the camshaft. They're just setting in oil because we're about to put this fucking thing together. Just regular old AC Delco plugs. That's a flow cooler, high flow water pump down here. Those things work really good. Now, this is gonna polarize some people. You know?
I know.
But let it be known, I did not make the final decision on this.
Well, you know, if I don't like it, I always swap it to HEI. So
swap it. Oh, you just ruined it. This is a never installed, like 1972 Excel dual point distributor that I found. Remember when I said the proceeds from that first video were gonna go to getting parts for your car? Mm-hmm. Yep, my part of that went to buying this for you for Christmas.
Thank you.
Oh, don't thank me, thank them.
Thank you guys.
Well, thank me for finding it.
Well, thank you too.
Yeah, I'll teach you how points work. It's
The
not
great
hard.
thing is that when you get tired of it, you can just put HCI in it and never touch it again.
But then you don't get to work on your car as much. All right, I think we've rambled on enough. Are we gonna do a time lapse? Because we're hoping to have this thing built like tonight, at least to the point of the push rods. We don't have the push rods. We don't know how long they need to be yet. So time lapse, and every now and then come on in.
Sure.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Troy, you're working on the engine.
Well, if you want me to be completely honest with you, it's 8:15 and we're just now putting an engine together.
Oh wait, you know what I didn't do? Semi-loop. Hey, that is nice.
Yeah.
You don't have to guess.
You
They
do not have a
they
bolt.
label it all.
You do not have a bolt. For
We
that.
don't, but they don't. Yeah, there's no. There's no oil pump bolt. Whoops. We gotta go to O'Reilly and get a bolt. The singular bolt. Be back in a minute.
Uh-huh.
I don't have that fancy technology.
Personally, for engine building, I like click style, or split beam, but this is kind of nice if you're in a scenario where you got to stop.
Like torque to yield.
Yep. Well, if you got to stop or anything, this is nice because it does torque angle and everything as well.
Should be just as easy as it was before.
It's just fine. I like it. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, while they're searching for a bolt, here's what we're gonna do. I really don't want to put this on yet and tack it. It's a press fit, so we gotta press it in. Before I tack it, we'll set it on. Once I get the bolt, we'll put a dab of grease, put the whole pan down to make sure there's at least a 1/4 inch clearance. That way we know we've got plenty of pickup room. I'll show you a way to do this. This ridge right here, the best way to put one of these in, grab you a wrench. It should fit over it pretty well, like that. You put that guy in there, and then you'll hit the wrench, not the pipe. Because if you hit the pipe, you could kink it, dent it, whatever. You don't want to do that. Try to get this guy held in there pretty tight. You don't want to squeeze too tight on the pump, obviously, because you don't want to damage the cast housing. Just make sure it's not going anywhere. Going slowly, but it's going.
Yes.
You just work your way around, and that's
One
about
more
as,
tap on that side, you're flush.
that should be about as good as it's gonna get right there. Oh yeah, that was solid.
Yep.
So
Beautiful.
this should be able to be spun now in the housing, even though it's press fit. What it is it's ballooned, so it's kind of tapered, bell mouthed, if you will. It's tapered at the bottom, and it'll kind of close in. The middle will still be fat. But I still recommend putting a tack on it. So when they get here with a bolt, we can go from there.
That Tractor Supply bolt for the oil pump looks exactly like all the other ARP hardware.
This is a way you can test fit your pump, all right, for your pickup. Take a lob of grease, all right, and you just sit it here.
Oh, I
You don't want it too damn big, but you just do that. Then you take the pump, leave it alone. You take the pan, you sit the pan on top of it. You don't do that.
There's a baffle.
Yeah. Well, I thought I was far enough forward. Push it down. All right. Now, still under the baffle. Okay.
Hey, there it goes.
So it's twisted a hair, but
Right
there's
there.
grease right there. So what I like to do is I wipe the grease off of it.
Leave it where it is, try it again.
Yep. I really don't like the fact that it's angled, but if you notice this comes in at an angle, this might be angled a hair. I really would like it to be there, but it may not sit like that.
Maybe the baffle pushed it.
But that's why I'm gonna stop where I'm at and do this again. To see the gap?
Yeah, that's.
So I'll push it again. All my bolt holes lined up, everything is sitting flush. Still pushed in the same spot.
It just wants to sit like that. Hold it.
No, that's where it wants to sit. That's how it's gonna sit.
Okay.
Question is are we 100% positive that's the correct pickup for this?
Yes.
100% positive it's the correct pan?
Yep.
If that's the case, then I'll continue on doing what I'm doing.
A bug just flew in cylinder 3.
That's okay. Very cheap Harbor Freight. That word right there, grind, that's French for you're blind if you're welding. Ask me how I know. I legitimately was like, I got it. Shit, I can't see. Truth be told here, people, I'm no welder, all right? So this is gonna look ugly, but it'll work. Here's the lovely thing about welding. If it looks ugly, you can grind it away. It also doesn't help that I have a, a Tiny Tykes welder here that is flux core only.
God, that looks like shit.
Well, you gotta think it's flux, so
Yeah.
watch.
Oh, now it looks great.
You gotta wipe all the crap
It
off.
just looks great now.
I can't move it anymore. So
I
this is
would've
it.
laughed.
It works.
I would have laughed so hard if it just snapped right there. I'll tell you one thing.
There you go.
Well, it's pretty fucked.
Bolt. Click, click. Yeah, it's torque. Good.
There's probably a torque spec for that.
Ah, there he is. I'm gonna go over here and look at it.
Yeah.
You pulled it up while you were gone.
We do things properly.
You do things properly?
Yes, I know how to use a torque wrench, and I can order my own food at restaurants. You could say I'm a man of refinement. Thank you.
There it is.
Cool.
Just tight. All right.
Now let's flip her over.
We are all ready to rock as far as that goes. Moving on to the fun part.
These.
Check this out. Austin found this fancy piece of hardware.
And a bracket.
You just
These are, so this is
stick
for
your
the,
breaker bar right in it.
This is for the pump.
Brilliant.
Oh, I see.
Bump stick revealed.
Yeah.
So this
All
is
right.
that Nick custom grind, right?
Yeah. Delta camshaft.
You shit yourself?
I think I may
You
have.
nasty son.
Well,
of a
you
bitch.
know,
That's disgusting.
shit happens, you know.
I just said
Apparently.
that on the internet.
Well, you know. Hey, I just shit myself, everybody.
That stuff's sticky, man.
Oh,
Just rub it all over.
I'll have to
It's
find
fine.
some music to put over this. It gets harder as it gets further in.
That's what she said.
Well, you can't wiggle it around as much.
This is also true.
I mean, it is moving.
It is. It's just going real slow. I've got some kind of burbles and stuff on them, but it's not terrible. And I'm not hitting as hard. I mean, this thing don't weigh nothing.
Some more.
This whole thing threw me off about there not being a plate that
Yeah.
holds the cam in. And then I'd had to do like a ton of research on it. The rotational force and the beveling of the lifters themselves holds the cam in. It thrusts it backwards. Where's the dot on the gear?
Right there.
Oh.
So we're off. Should be able to.
What if we just took the chain off and rotated the gear?
Huh?
What if we just
I
put the
could
chain off
have, you know. You know, sometimes it is 10:30 after all, almost 11. I'm gonna hold this as best as I can, but yeah, I guess it's as good as it's gonna get right there. So
We'll just go ahead and
yeah, go ahead and put those in there.
yay, cam's in. Timing set's on.
The dot is pointing at the dot.
The dot is at the dot, and it's straight. They did make roller blocks in this era, but this is not one of them.
So what gen is this?
This is a Mark IV.
So gen 4.
Yeah.
No, it's not Gen 4, it's Mark IV. It's different. Look, I'm not a Chevy guy, all right?
I'm not either.
All the forums say, though, fucking weirdos.
Chrome get you home. At least that's what the Harley riders tell me. Let's be honest, it's an old Chevy motor. If it ain't leaking, it ain't got no oil in it.
6 foot-pounds.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah, it's not tight at all.
You got lucky.
It goes down to 6.
It goes to 6.
Wow.
Nice.
Wait, it won't leak. That's what the Ultra Black's for.
Yeah. Okay.
That looks real pretty. It's never gonna look like it again.
I think
It bolts on
goes
right here, or right here, excuse me. Goes to that one.
Yeah, it goes to that.
I didn't know y'all had this. It's okay. We can fix that. Also, people in the YouTube world, these are also going to leak because they're cork.
That just looks guaranteed to leak.
Mm-hmm.
I dislike that more than I disliked the Magnum oil pan
you
gasket
you
situation.
you can pull it through with.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a chrome,
Oh, that's right.
so it's kind of.
It's gonna be just.
Most people don't like doing this, but I'm doing it anyways because I don't care.
What is that?
It's just going to help it stay on there.
Oh, that's what we did to the Magnum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, you can really feel the carpal tunnel in that one. Golly, I'm getting old, dude.
Here, I'll do the other side.
Yeah, am I putting it on backwards? No, I'm not. Thought I was there for a moment. I'm not a fan of cork gaskets at all.
I don't think anybody really is.
Just know that it's gonna leak. Pan. We need bolts for the pan.
Beautiful.
There's gonna be a part 2 because it's too late now.
We'll
But
just edit it.
short block.
I'm still gonna edit a bunch of stuff anyway, so y'all come back and do this and then we'll finish it.
Tune in for part 2. Damn it.
It's not really
It's
gonna
not
be
gonna
part
be
2.
I'll
It's
just wait until you record another half.
edit it later.
Okay, part 2 right now then.
And then put in like X amount of weeks or days until like the actual thing was
SpongeBob
shot.
title card, you know.
Get to this point, do what I
Fucking
do.
snow outside again.
It's fucking next
Fucking
year.
no names over.
Um,
It has been a week, and those of you who are paying attention may have noticed that we did not install the oil pump drive shaft
why, Austin?
because we didn't have it. But you know what? Now we got it.
Install the what now?
Oil pump drive shaft.
That's important.
Yeah, it's a little important.
No, I mean, not really. Here's the thing. So if you don't put this in, it would have been okay for,
About 20 seconds.
yeah, and then you would have fried it. So that's always fun. Good news is it's not my motor, so I don't care.
But it will not go through the top of the engine, so the pan has to come back on. Because this is a hardened, stronger shaft without the plastic sleeves usually on these things. And this metal piece won't fit through. So Jason, have fun taking it back apart, kind of.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Well, the new oil pump drive shaft is in. Now I don't have to worry about that. And the fuel pump block-off plate is on, which did not come with bolts. So now we're going to put this back on, and hopefully these cork gaskets don't leak. What do you think, Troy?
They're gonna leak.
They're probably going to leak. You worried about it?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
Until it's on the racetrack, and then the guy behind you's the one that has to worry about it. Then there's a fight in the, the pits, because you made it get all oiled down and slick. He put it in the wall. He calls your mama a hoe. Next thing you know, you're in prison. It's just not a good time.
America. That's some nasty stuff right
Steve,
there,
that is.
man. That's some like,
Ooh.
that's how you know it's going to be good.
No, put that one in my hand.
Yeah, we're going to put this on the end of each lifter to avoid them
Lifter.
getting cupped and
Lifter.
destroyed. So, all right, here we go. Let's just do this here. It's got to go around for 16 of them, so yay. Nice and saturated. Look, man.
Ooh, my hair looks terrible.
Well, you're seeing yourself in the front.
Yeah,
camera?
front camera. Hey, feel free to speed up at any point.
Hey, you know what? I want to make sure that these lifters are nice and saturated.
I'll be honest with you, a smart man would have just took the end of the lifter and stuck it in there. But since you wanted to,
yeah, you know that's probably why.
Since you wanted to finger around, look at that. Oh, and then you just wipe it off. Oh,
that's probably why it's sized that way.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
You know what?
He's special.
You know what?
We love him nonetheless, though.
It doesn't grab as good.
Well, then feel free to just finger fuck it off.
There we go.
Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I
say
apologize.
fuck all the time.
I know, but I'm better than that. I can speak a little bit of French.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. There's only one phrase I can say, and everybody should know it if they're about my age.
Omelette du fromage.
Omelette du fromage.
Yeah, buddy. Go ahead and
In the
say it.
comments, tell me what that's from. If you know, Austin will pay you $20.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'll do.
The Southern
You heard him. That is a legal binding contract.
Listen, I didn't sign nothing.
Verbal.
It's unenforceable.
It's on video, bitch.
Shit.
Valid.
Shit. You got me. Damn it.
Bro, we've been old.
You know what?
I have gloves on.
Just, yeah. Here, can you?
No. You know why it's so hard?
Because there's air in it.
Because it's soaked in oil.
It's soaked in oil and nothing's sticking to it.
Yeah.
Even though, I did get it on all the other ones.
Wiped the tip off.
I did get it on all the other ones. So.
Take this from me. Take this
This
from me.
one
I
good?
accidentally put some on the wrong side. But it's okay.
It's okay. It's oh.
It was an accident.
There's supposed to be a hole there.
There is a hole there. It's okay. It was an accident. Shh.
I mean,
it's like Bob Ross. It's a happy little
we're
accident.
just gonna clear that out.
This is gonna be our secret, yeah. And if you tell anybody, I'll murder you and hide you behind one of the trees I paint. I jokingly said at one point that maybe Bob Ross never painted a picture. Maybe the picture was already painted, and he used lacquer thinner and was wiping away white paint.
Holy shit!
And it was there.
Holy shit! You just blew my.
I told my
fucking
brother
mind.
that, and you know what he said to me? He goes, "No, Bob Ross was a serial killer, and that's where he hid the bodies." And I was like, I do not need to know that.
A lot of bodies.
I do not need
Yeah.
to know that. That is a lot of bodies. That would have been the most prolific serial killer ever to exist.
Even better than Ted Bundy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, do you know how many pictures that man painted?
Ted Bundy.
No.
All right. Well, nice and lubed. Used all of it. We can throw this away. You need to clean all the machine oil off of the fresh metal and get it nice and clean, and then the head gaskets can go on.
Oh, I was looking for this. Bag of rats.
Oh, sweet.
That would have been useful.
This
last
is what
week.
happens when people bring stuff over and they leave it in my garage in places.
I had to buy an entire shelf because of stuff that Austin left at my house.
Why is the brake cleaner hot?
Well,
'Cause it's
I don't know
been
if you know
hot.
this, but we live in the South, and from what I have told people, the reason why the Sonoma over there has AC on it is because,
Oh, yeah.
and it's in the South, so everything's hot. So
My answer was going to be climate change.
Yeah.
Insert Greta Thunberg right here,
Thunberg.
whatever her name is. I'm American, okay?
I like Greta.
That Greta lady that says that we took her childhood, but they used it as propaganda.
You notice how she disappeared from the public eye, and then, you know why?
She got laughed out of it.
No. Because now she's doing shit that ain't cute.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Corn or something?
Whoa!
Whoa! Yeah.
She one of them
They got a link
fans
to
of
that?
only people? I don't
No,
know.
actually,
link to that?
She, like,
she
fucking a
keeps
tree or
getting
something?
she keeps
Hell
getting
yeah.
arrested doing actual like protests, like real shit.
She ain't never built a 454 though.
Valid. I like a good protest every now and then. You know, people fighting for their rights. You know, something like I don't know. Was it the 6th of something? I don't know. I can't.
Aw, that's gonna get you demonetized. You can't have that particular day in January said openly.
In all honesty, though, while we're on camera, I'll just say it. I don't like any politics. I just want to be left alone. You are
It's old
sweaty.
school.
Dude, it's fucking hot.
Anyways, have we got all the oil off?
Yes.
Next step.
Head gaskets.
Man, I look over there and see the gaskets. All I see is cork in that box. And it really drives me crazy. People, hear me out. There's so many better options than cork. Is it cool? Yeah, because it's like proper. But it's gonna leak. Just let it happen. All right. A little bit of smell of oil is just, horsepower
I
sweat.
just want to point out real quick. All right, my poly head has nothing but cork gaskets. Don't leak a drop.
I've seen him drive it twice.
I've
throwing that out.
driven it quite a bit.
Seen
I don't
him
know
drive it
what you're
twice.
talking about. That thing just racked up a ton of miles. I had to daily it for a while.
Has it racked up as many miles with you dailying it as my cars did when you were dailying them? Plural?
Not.
It's a good friend you are, John, to let him borrow his cars. That's nice.
I don't have them anymore.
Oh.
One of them he let
That was a good friend of you, John, to let him borrow some of your old cars.
I took care of it.
Except for that one that you let roll into somebody else's car when you were
I
at a bar
didn't
with your
know
ex.
that happened. All right, I did not know that happened.
It's a funny story, actually. I don't know what the story is, but that's pretty funny.
So I took John's RX-8 out to dinner one night.
Okay,
right?
first of all, John, I love you. That's a terrible choice of car. I'm sorry, I can't.
Would you believe I got another one?
You
That
should
is there.
throw it in the garbage.
I took John's car to dinner one night.
So far, we're already there.
I can't tell a story. So I took,
Honestly, though, whenever he tries to talk, it's much more fun when you just cut him off.
I took John's car to dinner one night. 6-speed, right?
And Austin doesn't know how to drive stick.
No, yeah, my first car was a stick. I know how to drive a fucking stick. So, anyway, I took it to dinner, and it's we're eating, right? And I hear somebody say, like, 20 minutes into the meal, it's like, hey, somebody's red sports car is, like, rolled into this truck, like, you know, in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, red sports car, that's sounds like John's car. I should go check, though, but I know that I put the parking brake up. And I've left it in gear. I went out there and John's car has rolled into a little Toyota pickup truck.
Oh, no, not the Toyota pickup.
There was no damage.
Oh.
It didn't do anything.
Right.
Because the parking brake was one notch from being completely engaged.
Do you want to know
and
why
left in neutral.
you probably let
and
it roll?
slowly rolled down the hill.
Do you know why it probably happened?
Huh.
Now you understand why every man on this planet that drives a manual and
Leaves
has
it
a
in gear?
handbrake, it has a handbrake, yanks the absolute piss out of that handbrake.
Well, when I got out of it, it didn't move. It was fine. It slowly rolled down. It didn't move at all when I got out. When I got out, I was like, how the hell did the fucking car move? It slowly rolled down the hill.
How did the car? Magic.
Gravity.
It was on a hill.
Yeah.
Science.
It didn't move when I got out.
Insert Jesse Pinkman. Science,
It
bitch.
took half an hour to roll 20 feet. It slowly rolled.
Did I tell you I'll have to work more? Put these heads on.
Put the heads on, motherfucker.
Those bolts sound good. Huh?
There's a chamfer on these, and I forgot. I do that all the
Chamfer
time.
goes towards the top.
Yep. I'm going to do that every single time.
All right, so get me some of the short bolts.
Or long ones.
Or it doesn't really matter.
You know where they're going.
Get bolts.
Just bolts.
This is the way I do
Just
it.
needs a dab on
I'll
it.
show you. Watch. So the way I've always done it, it's just because I can't stand holding stuff and doing one at a time. Whenever you buy one of those kits, it comes with a bunch of this stuff. You just get,
Good enough to put on the
yeah.
Do one, pass it on. Do one, pass it on.
That's literally all I do.
This is a Chinese assembly line.
No, it's a Filipino assembly line. We do have some that are shorter.
Oh, great. So where do they go?
And the shorter ones. Boy, those are barely shorter. Damn, I would have never saw that because that is minuscule, and I didn't know how those heads were because you got to think I'm an LS guy, and it's 2 bolt sizes. That's it.
The ones that have lower holes are going to be the ones that get the shorter ones.
You know, I saw somebody make the comment a long time ago about how
That's
car
a
guys
short.
all wear black shirts.
Oh, shit.
Are these all short?
Trying to crush my fingers.
It's got it already up here. Jason, bring it up.
Your side has to be level with the top of the
mine's
china
in the
plate.
dowel.
There it is.
All right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Did you
gotta
feel
be-
it fall in the dowel?
We're sitting.
Let go of it. We're good. I'm taking my union mandated break. I haven't done the math on it yet, but these are 781 heads. They're open chamber, they're big CC, flat top pistons.
Troy's back from his Zaxby's.
Welcome back.
How's your Zaxby's?
I got 2 pieces of chicken and some fries and some Zax sauce if I want some. I don't. I'm full. I ate a lot.
I would fuck up a piece
Carry
of
on.
chicken right now.
Go for
I'm
it.
thinking, if I do the math, because I know what kind of heads these are, I know they've been milled, I know the combustion chamber size, and I know how much quench the pistons give being flat tops. It's probably going to be 10-1 at least.
How about we do the math and find out?
Well,
There's a calculator, right?
you can get static compression or dynamic compression. Static compression is, it's mostly useless for most things. If you want the static compression of the jet, it's 11.3 to 1. But the dynamic compression is 9.8 to 1.
Real high.
It's way higher than it should be for running nitrous. This is probably going to be, if I had to guess, just off the top of my head with the numbers that I have, probably be at least 10 to 1 static compression. It originally was a truck engine, so
it was expected to have regular gas in it.
yeah, and it's a torque engine.
It's a big block. It will always be a torque engine.
Well, I mean, but even more so for a truck.
Well, that's true.
Well, that's just based on cam tuning.
So
the cam was designed to be below 4,500 RPM in a truck, and in a car, maybe 5,500 top end. This thing, as Nick spec'd it out, was, he said 6,000 RPM?
Well, how this cam is going to be is going to affect the dynamic compression. So
Yeah.
it's going to be wildly different. I mean, we have all that data to calculate it, but we need to sit down and actually do it. And we still got torque all that, though, so
Yeah, bolts probably
get the
pulled down
wrench.
by now.
This one's done.
Get to working.
Yeah.
Can you hang the torque?
Oh, the sequence.
Yes.
You had it on my phone. The long ones are 75.
Okay.
The short ones
That was
are
the
68.
Eagle heads, though,
Okay.
right? The later
75,
ones
68.
don't have 16 plugs?
Why are they 68?
This is what your computer says.
It says 68 to 72. That's why I shot the difference and went to
No,
70.
this is 65 to 68. 68 was the high end.
Was that confusion because Austin doesn't know how to read?
No, I know how to fucking read. I learned last week
67 to 73.
on the connecting rod bolt.
Aha! It was close.
Oh.
It was Troy.
I are dyslexic though, so we should probably take whatever I say with a grain of salt when it comes to numbers and
Well, see, the
words.
good thing is that I didn't double check your work. I forgot what you said. Start here. All right, number 5.
Good enough. We're on the second to last bolt to torque up. Jason was torquing them in. Everything looked like it was going good. This bolt right here, the second to last bolt, it is technically still tight, all right? The bolt and washer are seated onto the head. The head was torqued everywhere else until we get to this one. It is in by hand, but I can do this with it, which is an indication of we have no threads in that block. Grab that head, pull it off. Yeah, both of you are gonna do it, then you're good. Give it a wiggle, and yep.
Gasket looks fun.
Gasket doesn't look terrible.
They're on the cardboard over here.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be okay on the gasket. So, there are no threads in that block.
They're gone?
Yep.
Where's the hole?
But it's the
Oh, is it the dowel?
it's the dowel. Man, that thread's in really good. I don't understand. Nope. There it went right there. Yeah. There are no
gone.
threads.
There were
Threads.
enough for it to bite.
There's
not
a,
enough.
enough for it to bite,
there's
but not
just
enough.
enough for it to thread in.
So that's
Both of them. Did you see that? So you can see the ridges, but
There's nothing.
oddly enough on the camera it looks like they're threads. All that is essentially ghost markings where the
bolt
threads
was.
were. So if we put that there.
there's nothing there.
So
There's zero.
there is, I don't know if that's working. Give me a tap on the camera.
There's nothing there. It's just smooth.
So yeah,
It's perfectly smooth.
Yeah.
Cylinder number 9.
I mean, there's plenty of meat here to put.
Yeah, I mean we can 100% drill that out and put it in there, and still have the ability to put the
ARP bolts.
ARP bolts and stuff in it. It sucks that
Now it has to stop.
that we're stopped. Yeah, because we were almost
trucking
there.
on, man. It was almost together.
Yep.
You got a 4-cylinder right now.
Yay!
We're not gonna make another video of this. We're just gonna we're gonna cut to when we get the actual parts we need to fix it. So next time you see us in about 10 seconds, we'll have what we need to fix this. Sound good, Troy?
I was really hoping this was going to be out of my garage.
Well, here we are.
We're back.
It's been a month since we started this, right?
Is it actually?
Is it?
Maybe close to 3.5 weeks, maybe.
I think it has been like a month.
Yeah, what John said has been way too long.
We got a helicoil kit, and the only one that knows how to do it is Troy.
I don't know how to do it. I'm just faking it.
These helicoils should do just fine. They should hold plenty of pressure. It even says on the back that it's good for cylinder heads. This is going to be a pretty strong repair. Apparently the threads left over from helicoils tend to be stronger than what they're replacing. So we're going to salvage this, and hopefully by the end of the day, this fucking thing is 100% together and we can all stop building this engine.
Yeah, let's hope. and then just fade to black 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, yeah, we're still at it.
We're back.
There's another... Oh god, if there's another 30 minutes to this video after I say this, I'm gonna shoot myself in the head. So essentially, this is literally just a fraction bigger than 7/16.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, this hole's not much bigger than that.
But this is a 29/64 drill bit.
Well, we just went all the way through. Like it was
just that big. So it just, I mean, it literally punched it just like
it was just it
like
was just
a hair.
Like I said, it was stripped out pretty bad. So
yeah, there wasn't really much there for the drill to catch in the first place. But
hopefully that's not a bad thing. But we'll see. It did cut material, so that's a good thing.
It wasn't gonna cut much anyway. Literally, it's I can't even like perceive the difference in size between 7/16 and a 29/64. It's so small.
You can. You just need tools.
Yeah, like measurement tools, but I mean by like eye.
Grab some knock loose.
It just means that we're more. What would that be? We're more precise than eyeballing it.
Yes.
Does that make us professionals?
Yes.
Professional?
I'm not. I never claimed to be a professional at this.
He only does this every day.
Is your professional?
This is only how he makes his living. I mean, you know.
I'm not a professional.
So you are
packing the flutes of the tap with grease so we catch all of the debris. All of the metals.
I mean, even if metal were to fall out though, this is all in a water jacket.
It's in a water jacket, so theoretically, you could take this right outside once you get the heads and everything bolted. You could carry it right outside, shove it off into a water jacket with a water hose, and you'll be fine.
Oh, you're supposed to be using a tap guide, Troy.
You 100% should.
just get that ASMR grindy noise.
I hear the noise. It's great. It's relaxing.
I'm not one of
For three.
Yay, we got holes.
Yay.
Threads. Now we just need smaller threads.
And we get to see how good that grease job did.
See all of it at the top? It's packed full of grease. You can see the holes, the threads.
That did the job.
When you've done one, clean this grease out, do the next one. Reason being, you now have more abrasive material on a tap and it can cause it to get
Dulled.
all jacked up. You remember that commercial back in the day for Slim Jim?
Eat me.
Not that one.
Think with your dipstick, Jimmy.
Not that one.
Oh.
Well then no.
The Amish guy that picked up the two guys on the side of the road.
No.
What's it like living without the internet? It's not that bad. I just get pictures of your mom through the mail. Do you remember that one? I love that one.
No, that's
It's
pretty
so
good. That sounds like a standalone joke on its own.
It is, but man, it was so good. Somebody get me a rag, please. Not that one. It's covered in grease. Let's put grease on the floor. Can't have grease on my nice concrete.
Are you gonna stain this concrete?
Slowly, I am staining it.
What shade is that? Castrol 1030?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm also going to recommend that people don't do this the way I'm doing.
Troy's a professional.
I have messed up many a head, many a block. So
That fills us with confidence. He's only right there. It's his.
good news is when you drill too far and you go into one of these water jackets through a head, It's ruined.
You get to get a brand new block.
Use a tap guide. You're going into a head.
Here's
You're
the
going into a
thing.
block.
I asked
It needs to be straight.
It needs to be straight.
Yeah.
You did ask me. What did I say?
What the fuck's a tap guide?
Exactly.
I asked him if he had a tap guide. He said, "What's a tap guide?"
Yeah. Did he send me a picture like I didn't know what it was? Which was pretty funny.
But you said you didn't know what it was.
Did you believe me?
Yes.
All right then. First of all, rule 1, don't believe me. Rule 2, I don't actually do this for a living. I'm a male stripper.
That is true.
With your carpal tunnel, I don't believe that at all.
That's valid. Jason, how's the threads looking there?
They sure do look like threads.
Good. Cool.
You threaded the grease too. Oh, it stretched the insert.
Yeah.
That's what we expected.
Very, very much.
It's because it's past the point.
Yeah.
So, if I can just bend that, like I did the other one.
Oh, you broke it off.
Good. That is what you typically want to happen. That right there. That is what you want to happen, because this is the piece that's at the bottom, and that's what catches that groove on the installer, and then you snap that off. Now there's still plenty of threads in it, because I can't see. Yeah, that'll be perfect. So now,
Yeah.
no,
Dowels.
dowels.
Beautiful. And we got push rods.
So this engine should be built
Should
today.
be done today.
Because you're not going to believe this. I don't have work
Wow. When?
tomorrow.
It's Saturday.
Exactly, which means y'all can stay as long as you need to get finished.
Holy shit.
He's saying this because he wants all this crap out of his way.
100% correct. Thank you, John.
Remember, some of them got different lengths.
Yep, that starts easy. We got threads.
Bella.
Chef's
All right, cool.
That's one. Let's check the other.
Let me just say, you know, say how I feel. Let me just. Silky smooth.
It's got threads.
Like shampoo on the
We
hair.
saved it again.
Woohoo! There was a we in this?
Well, I mean, I bought it.
Oh. This guy.
Remember, try to get it on without moving so that the gasket doesn't get all marred up.
We'll find it.
Too high. Too high.
Uh,
Too high.
level with the top of the China wall, man.
Stop right
There
there.
you go.
You should
it
be
just,
close.
It just popped in.
All right, now give it a wiggle. Remember that dowel might be a little maybe a little goofy. So, and now it's on.
Beautiful.
Yay! Head bolts.
Barely did.
13. Use the dowel. First one. That's the one where we got stuck at last time.
Is that? Hang on. Is that the same torque spec?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Go slow.
Go slow.
Just to
Yeah,
see what it feels
smooth.
like. Stop.
It's torquing.
I know. You see how?
You're
See how
going-
you're pulling and it's like this? So if you can, try to keep, instead of holding here, try to keep pressure here. And then just like that.
How'd that feel?
It actually was really good.
It's torqued.
So what's the next one?
Number 14.
The opposite side?
No.
Okay.
And that's all you gotta do? Nothing
She's
crazy?
torqued.
So we got heads.
We got heads. Now you want to go over it and make sure that they're all, you know, just
I think that's
check
the
the torque.
that's the intro for that one right there.
Hell yeah.
My engine's got head and I don't. Engine 2, Jason 0.
So, all right. this is probably the first time this engine has been almost complete in like how long? How long was
10
the
plus
boat?
years.
It was like a real resurrection.
Cool.
So, you have push rods.
Yep.
I found a set of Trick Flow chromoly push rods because this engine has push rod guide plates. You have to use hardened steel push rods when you have these. Nick told us that this cam uses standard length push rods, and it should be pretty obvious which ones go where, considering, you know, the placement of the valves. So the shorter ones are going to be the intakes, and the longer ones be the exhaust.
Are you sure about that?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll know one way or another.
Yeah, this is a 9.25. So, in theory, the longer ones should be this one. We'll know if we put the shorter one in and it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, get a shorter one. 8.75. Yeah. No, it's 8.25.
Grab my other.
Yeah, that looks correct. All right, so that's literally it. You just do. It's in.
And we're done.
Push rods.
Oh, no, that is way too short.
That's not correct. This is in the wrong spot.
We're not going to talk about that.
I think you gotta go in tight. Just get them on there. Just throwing content. We're all just sitting here playing with our nuts and shafts, balls.
And still no head.
What flavor of shaving cream do you buy, Troy?
Purple.
Men don't shave. I don't know if you've noticed the amount of beard in this room.
I'm never on camera, so they haven't seen how much of a burnout I'm looking like now. Give it like 2 or 3 years, take a picture of me in black and white, it'll just look like a historical photo from the 70s.
You need to put whatever one you're going to start
Well,
with.
see, every 90 degrees, this line should be up with.
That's
something.
fine. Figure out which one they are.
That one should be number one closed. That is for sure.
So tighten them up until these have no play. Till you can't do this. You can spin them, but you can't do this.
Yeah.
We'll do that in a minute. We'll do that. Turn a little bit. Stop. Back it up a hair. Stop. Hold up. All right. Turn the same amount you just did. Tighten it up. Stop. All right. Now, point your ratchet handle straight up.
12 o'clock.
Yep. Go 12 to 6.
Half turn.
Stop. Tight.
Set.
Spins. That one's good. Tighten that one up.
Cool.
All right, 4 is next, which is
I'm sorry, what?
184. Oh. You know, I was 1, 2, 3, 4ing it.
That would be forward.
Yeah. I promise I'm not retarded. Well, I think before we put the intake on it, did we put more assembly lube on the cam or?
Okay.
Good. Just drizzle her on.
It's like doing ribs.
Bomba de agua nueve.
Something, water, something.
It means new water pump.
New water pump. I'll look up the torque spec for the water pump.
I just do German type.
No, there is an actual torque spec.
To be honest with you, man, I don't torque anything except for like stuff that's holding the head on.
Oh, fair enough.
Intake bolts, yes.
Cool. It's on. Intake manifold.
Oh yeah, this is the shiny part.
Yeah, this
Under
is
your
This
car.
is all brand new, right?
yeah, it's a Edelbar Performer.
Cool.
I love how they put the Chevy shit right here, but then there's this big ass water pump in front of it. That
Yeah.
You know what's funny is if you got an electric water pump, it would take up more space and make it harder to read that.
yeah, I mean you can read it if you look straight down at it.
Yeah.
Also, I love this piece right here, that's right in front of the fucking timing mark.
Yeah, right. I want to get in the...
Ooh.
Shiny.
Full of gaskets? Probably not. And there's gonna be nothing to hold that in, so that's good.
Torque sequence.
Oh, good. Say what torque?
25, and there's some bolts you just can't tighten.
Did you give up on the complication device?
Yeah, I did. This is bullshit to be able to do all that. There you go.
It'd be great for that, what
It
he's
would be
doing.
fantastic, but he's got it.
And now comes the time where you see how skilled you are at developing a good flop.
Need your knife again. Oh yeah, because I've got to go down and it can't move.
Try to go straight down. Tilt it my way. There you go. Now, tilt toward the side that's on you, tilt it down some. There you go. Now.
Tilt your side down more.
There you go.
You got crooked gap. We're off the hole
Hang
here.
on, hang on.
That's a big gap, isn't it?
Damn, this intake. Oh no. Gotta love the new parts that are not quality controlled worth of shit anymore. You know the good news or bad news?
Yeah.
She ain't gonna like it.
What do you mean?
Well, we're sitting. The quality control would mean this needed to be shaved more because it's hitting the head.
Oh,
Hold that.
he's smoking.
Yeah, about did it. One more tap on this side.
Not even close.
Yeah.
These needed to be milled more. These notches did.
Couldn't we just do that ourselves?
Could do, but shouldn't have to, considering that's the premium brand part.
Yeah, these need to be taken down.
How much you think?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
take it down like a good eighth of an inch.
An eighth
Because it
on.
ain't gonna matter.
I would be honest. I would take it down an eighth on all 4 of these.
There's bolts that go in here.
Yeah.
So, all 4 of them. Yeah, because that's
I would
what's
take
keeping
an
it
eighth on
going.
all 4 of them and see if it fixes it.
So John took Troy's die grinder and just ground off this here on each end, all 4 of these, because the casting had a flaw, or maybe it's not a flaw, maybe it's just a mass production thing, I don't know.
Well, when I looked at one side of it, the casting where the bolt hole goes through on those little tabs is about this far from the edge on one side where the hole goes through, because you got the hole and then you got a little bit of lip. The opposite side of the intake, there is no lip. There's no gap between the hole and the end of the casting. So either the holes were drilled wrong or the casting is going bad. I don't know. I'm not a professional. I just took material off and made it work.
It doesn't matter. The warranty's voided and now the part fits.
But that went from stopping the whole project to let's keep going. Good times.
We're gonna finish the thing tonight.
I like it.
That's dead on.
Should be it right there, isn't it?
Sure looks like it.
One would be here.
Water neck. I don't think this one even needs sealing because it's got an O-ring.
It's got an O-ring in it.
Adjustable ones.
Chrome get you home?
Oh hell yeah.
Alright.
Do you know what a quarter is?
No.
It's 1 out of 4.
1/4.
Actually, it's 5/16. This thing's nifty. It doesn't use a typical gasket. It's got an O-ring under here, and you can aim it wherever you need it to. So that's pretty slick. Because we have no idea exactly where it's going to need to go.
Do we have a rad for this car yet?
No, but there's going to be likely a cold case setup with 2 fans. No mechanical fan. There, that way you can still move around. Cool. So at this point, oh, we got the dipstick in it. Oh yeah, take it out. See it's got the bow tie on the end of the dipstick.
Are you serious? Yeah, there it is, right there.
So it just sits there. It's not even like a press in. It's just
No, that seems right.
it's just there.
Probably an O-ring that's supposed to go on it.
I mean, no. It's just smooth in there. So
Typically they either have a bevel or sometimes they have a O-ring
It
that'll go
should
on
go.
it.
Yeah, it goes down to a little. There's a little.
So when it
pull it
bolts
out.
in, it
Pull
should
it
be
out.
fine.
See?
With a little hole
See?
in it.
You see that? Down there?
yeah,
Yeah.
it goes in and sits, and I guess it seals up like that. Okay.
Premium unboxing experience. People still do that?
No,
No.
not really. So you're gonna load all this trash in your car, right?
Yeah, I can.
Do you have recycling?
Troy is saying yes. You are. Yeah, that'll probably. Oh wait.
No.
Whoops. It's a little bit too long there.
Just a little bit. We're out of threads right here.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, now we're getting excessive.
I need a little oil on that.
Just sit on it.
Do it the right way, man. Just take this right here.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah! All right.
I don't know how many times I tell people you got to spit on it, Papa. It's dry.
Yeah. This fucker's built though. After all the month and all the crazy bullshit and having to make shit work.
I'm just glad I actually kind of sat there and thought a minute. I was like, wait a minute, I do have carbide bits.
That was a good call.
Are you excited?
I'm about to show you my excitement here in a minute.
Keep your pants on.
This thing turned out beautiful. And it took a month to build it, and we had to fix a couple things. Special thanks to John and Troy.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Should have taken about 2.5 hours tops.
Yeah, it took a month. But
Shit happens.
you know what? Everything we bought was the right part.
Yeah.
Waffle House is on you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm hungry.
And we're gonna go eat the best breakfast ever. But I think tomorrow, as long as the weather holds up, and we still feel like it, considering how late it is, maybe we'll do some work on the car itself and get it ready to actually take this thing. We're gonna try to get this thing broken in on a stand, so hopefully it'll be making some noise pretty soon, and be out of Troy's way. Did you guys actually sit through all that? I mean, I don't have a test at the end or anything, but I'm just gonna hope you did so that you see this part, because I forgot to say anything about this when we're actually shooting the video. The next steps, right? The car itself, it only needs some brake work done to it and a couple of bushings and rubber boots replaced, and then that engine and the transmission and all this can go into the car. And we've already got ideas for wiring it up and getting all the linkages and everything working to the car. Realistically, it's like probably like if we devoted an entire week to working on this car, it would be rolling. It'd be done. He's already got most of the parts he needs. My brother does. However, before this engine even thinks of going into the car, it's going to be broken in on a run stand. I've already got that lined up, but it's going to be a couple of weeks before we can do that. However, that means that the next video ought to be pretty interesting about this car, because we're definitely getting that documented. And you might see a familiar face there. With that, we're back to making videos. I've got a couple projects that I need to document. I guess we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it's not in 6 months or anything, because, you know, sometimes I'd like to get a YouTube check. Be good. See y'all.